But yeah, it's super fun. Play around with what you have. So how I make my soap, I'm making 3 different kinds of soap today, so I'm going to show you how to do one first. I'll be making a peppermint based one with vanilla, and also another. So you'll need essential oils, you'll need a measuring cup, make sure it's heat proof, you'll need a scale, you'll also need some rubbing alcohol and a spray bottle, you'll need a knife, you'll need your melt and pour soap. I am using a combination of glycerin, shea butter, and mango. Charcoal, that's what I'll be using to add. And then of course your soap molds. I just got this with this. Previously I cut my soap up into 4 cubes. It comes in this big 5 pounds and I cut it into 4s. And these are some of the little pieces left over, so I'm just going to cut the amount I need up, and then we're going to weigh it. I'm going to place the scale on the, place the container on the scale, and you're going to tear out the weight of the container, and you're just going to cut these into little cubes. So just cut them into little cubes. It makes it easier to melt, but it also makes it easier when you're weighing it out. Bam. Bam. And a list to everything will be down in the description bar. So let's weigh it out. So I'm weighing out about 10 ounces of soap to melt. So I'm just going to take my little bars and we're going to weigh it out. So 10.5 ounces. 11 would be perfect. You might need more. You might not. We'll see. So we need more. I'm going to cut some more. So I just put the soap in a double boiler. So as you can see, there's some water at the bottom, and then we have the product at the top. And what you want it to do is melt, and I'm just going to use this bamboo stirrer to kind of move it around, and I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like once it is almost halfway melted. So it is melting. It is halfway there. You can still see the chunks, and there is a lot to still melt. It'll probably fill up this whole cup. It is 1 cup exactly. And then I'm going to add my scents and my properties. So I'm going to add in some spirulina for the mint one, and I'm going to add charcoal to the one I'm making for myself. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in a minute. So the soap has completely melted, and I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to let it cool very little, and then I'm going to add in my scents and my other properties. So let's bring this over there, and we're going to sit it on something so it doesn't break, so we don't want it to break. Scent set up. I have the vanilla right here, the cucumber, which I'm going to add charcoal to, and then I have my mint and the spirulina powder. So I'm going to divide this into 3. So I'm going to start off with this one and I'll weigh it out. And alright, that's 1. It's going to be mint. And then I'm going to put some in this one. Oh, shit. I gotta tear it first. Always remember to tear first. I'm going to tear that, tear the weight of that. And then we're going to add the soap mixture. And this is so I get an even amount of each scent. Alright, and then this one is obviously like the same amount. So I'm going to tear it. So this one's going to be mint. This one is going to be, actually I might do this one. This one's going to be my powder. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Add in some of the spirulina powder. Just going to change the color slightly. It's going to give it a nice color, and it's going to give it that minty kind of vibe, you know. And you want to work fast with this stuff because it does set up. So I'm not going to add too much, but I want it to slightly change the color. It's not going to be greeny, but it's going to have like streaks. And then I'm going to add in my peppermint essential oil. And I'm gonna do, they say about a teaspoon, so I'm gonna add in about 3, 4, 5 drops because it's very minty anyways. You don't need a lot. And then you have these speckles of the spirulina. So that's the first one I did. Then I'm gonna move this over. I'm working as fast as I possibly can because I don't want this to set up. And then I'm just gonna pour it actually in this one. So we're just gonna get that a nice pour. And that's the first one. And then the excess will go in one of these. Maybe I'll just put it in here. It'll be a combination of all of them. I'll just swirl them all together. And then the next one is going to be mine. As you guys can see, the skin is forming super fast. So this one is going to be charcoal. I started to move really fast because they started setting up. So this one has vanilla bean fragrance with just the clay, with just the mixture. So it's a vanilla bean base. This one is spirulina and peppermint. And I put speckles of like drops, like you know how vanilla bean has the speckles. And then this one is a charcoal with cucumber and melon. This is mine, personal soap. And then we have this blob of everything else kind of together. So it came out pretty nice. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like tomorrow once it's all set. With rubbing alcohol to get the bubbles out. That is so important. I have my vanilla bean soap with a little bit of charcoal. We have my charcoal soap, and of course we have my mint soap, and these are all seasonal with spirulina in